Bob Volks and Louise Beckinsale joining us once again from Gilligallou Bird. I'm learning so much this morning, let me tell you. And then I did ask you, do you have birds in the shop? This is purely for outdoor backyard
birding.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay, so now we are moving on. It's to the suet.
Yes. And one of the things we do at the Gilligallou is we want to enhance your birding experience. And one of the other ways to bring the most variety of birds in and the most number is by also offering us a suet. The suet is also made from the same type of ingredients that our seed is. And the birds, for example, in the fall, they'll molt and they're migrating. So they need that extra energy and carbohydrates. So one of the things that we have is like an insect nut suet that the birds can eat. There would be...
Isn't that defeating the purpose? You're feeding them really, really well so that they have the energy to go far away.
And then they'll come back.
But will they remember? They'll remember to come back.
Absolutely. Okay. And the other thing, there is a large number that stay with us all year round. And these are some of the feeders that we use. This would be a cake. The balls would go into something like a cage feeder, and 3 of them would go in that. This is
okay.
cool.
How long would something like this last?
Oh, depending on the number of birds you have in your yard, you'd say, the 3 of them.
We use these quite regularly with this type of log feeder, and one of these will last me a month.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. And we have 2 or 3.
Small appetites. They don't need much.
We just plug the holes full,
of suet,
and they'll come and land on it and eat it. So it's essentially the woodpeckers in our location where we are. We have all 3: the downy, pileated, and hairy woodpecker. The nuthatches will go on it sometimes. The chickadees will go on it sometimes. That kind of stuff to eat the seeds that are in it. So, and again, it offers a larger plate for them to feed from, so you get more birds in your yard.
And also, one of the things that happens is, if you're a year-round feeder and you have an issue with starlings and redwings eating up all your suet, this is what's called an upside-down suet feeder. So you'd put the cake in here, you'd hang it like this, and it allows your woodpeckers and your nuthatches to feed without it being gobbled up.
So some of them have the talent of being able to get
to be hanging upside down, yes. And this too is recycled plastic. There are a lot in the
Well, that was the thing, right? And especially too in the other segment, we saw very natural elements.
Yes.
The whole store has natural wood. You've refurbished everything with existing parts of nature, I would say. and you see that also in some of the items that you're selling. So people have the opportunity. They can come in, purchase however much they need. Like I saw how much it was in this bag. So how long?
This was basically just for demonstration today. We have 10, 20, and 40-pound bags. Most often, it's more economical to buy the 40 pounds, and people buy those that have feeders, because the birder, as we are, and as a lot of people, it's not uncommon to have 5, 6, 7 feeders in your yard, offering different presentations to allow more birds to come in.
Okay, so when you're sitting there, is it the sounds? What do you enjoy most about having them near you and knowing that they're kind of gathering on your space?
It is to see the number of species you can get to your backyard. It is watching them. It is watching how they interact. It's watching the families and the babies that are around.
And can you tell, you'll be able to distinguish between your families?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Funny enough, the more you watch, the more you know that bird came back from last year. You can tell sometimes it's just markings. So it is interesting in that. The other thing is getting to know your sounds. The more you're listening to them, the more you'll be out and you'll hear it and you'll say, oh yes, there's an oriole in the yard, which is pretty awesome.
That's
when
exciting
you're
stuff.
So, there doesn't necessarily have to be conversation between the two of you. The conversation is happening, you're listening, and you can understand the birds. People can come and ask for information in terms of what they think they have in their yards or what they're expecting to see in their yards as well. All the information was listed at the bottom of the screen, and you guys are located in Almont, if I remember right. Good luck with everything.
That's great. Thank you very much.
Cool.